So we're gonna, if you can show a bit the objectives. So what I would like to do is to provide an awareness of a tactical framework. Personally, I think we use sometimes the word strategy, tactics, patterns, and any different order. Sometimes we say strategy when it's a pattern. Sometimes we say pattern when it's strategy or personally, I think it's a bit all over the place, and I would like just to bring awareness and clarity in that. And technique, I've known you've seen some technique yesterday during the drills, but I will do also technique and offense, neutral, defense. I think, because there's no certainty, I think as a relatively good success in coaching tennis, because one of the things I do, it's every session, I do offense, neutral, defensive, technical skills. So like this, we develop and maintain. My experience at the beginning when I was traveling across the clubs, because one of my first job here was to see the HPC, it's you work on something for about a month, where you work the third shot, finishing and all this, then you work on something else, and then you work on defense, then you work on rally, then you work again on offense, and stuff like this, and you develop for a month, and then if it's not maintained, it goes down a little bit and stuff like this. And personally, I think if we were doing offense, neutral, defense skills every time, it will be easier to develop and maintain. And I've tried that approach here in Great Britain. I've worked with 10 doubles players, and the 10 broke the top 100 by following these basic recipes. So I'm happy here. Ken and Neil, his brother, the Skupskis, who reach 44 and 69 in doubles, will, instead of showing clips, will demonstrate a lot of these things. On the technical side, I'll make a bit of emphasis on the net play, volleys, because if you go on the website, you find a lot of nice biomechanic analysis of forehand, backhand, serves, about everything, but on volley, it's pretty poor. I know because I research all the time to find good material, so you don't find a lot of good things on net play, but you can find a lot of things in serve, return, so I'll make, for the time we have, a bit more focus on the volley. Okay? And, sorry, and by the end you could read, we're gonna talk about this. Next slide. So we're going to do that. I know it's a high-performance topic, and I've been made aware that you're not all high-performance coaches. But before I was a high-performance coach, I was not a high-performance coach. And I did want to know a lot of things, because when I sit with members, when I talk to colleagues, I always like to feel knowledgeable. So hopefully what you're going to learn today, and you never know the future. When I was 24 years old and an assistant coach in a club, because I'm not a past player, I never could imagine I would be even Davis Cup captain in my life, so you never know the future. So hopefully the awareness of what I will bring could help you if ever you have the chance to work with the top junior. So we'll go right away before you get too cold. Please, can you come to the net? We're gonna just show a bit how this is Ken, and this is Neil. They're not twins. They're, how many age difference?
6.
6 years difference. So it's hard to say who's the youngest, but it's Neil. Pretty much all your doubles players right now, national team, Davis Cup and Fed Cup, Jocelyn Ray, Anna Smith, they all do the same type of warm-up. So let's see it. Who start? You started the net? No, the volley warm-up. We won't do the full warm-up, okay? So they start with, I would like you to pay attention on, okay, stop. First thing, high-performance coach check first. It's always, I think you know the word performer and tennis player. It's quite common. If he looks like a performer, if he is engaged, because right now he just stepped on the court, and I look to see if he has his athletic height, like this, and if he breathes every time he makes contact. I really believe in breathing out when you make contact. It keeps you focused, relaxed, and it gives you rhythm in your shot. So right now, he ticked the box right away for that. He was athletic and he was breathing out. You can see that. He does a split step every time. Good knee bend here. Stop. That was good also what you could see. On the baseline, you coach to space yourself, right? Who did at least once say space yourself or give yourself space? You never say that on the ground strokes? Yeah, so you say, come on, give yourself space, space yourself so the kids don't let the ball come here. But at the net, you let them volley like this. So you will see him, Neil, spacing himself sometime there, coming back. If it's there, doing this. Same thing, to not get jammed too easily. So you see he gets out of the way. Good. Good. Perfect, stop. So I'm sure you noticed a few times, where was he to make a forehand volley? He was here, and backhand volley, he was there. So I think it's very important to develop eye-foot coordination. And one of the best way to do it, you put them at midcourt, which is the second step where they volley, and watch his footwork. Every forehand volley, the right foot will come first over the line, and every backhand volley, the left foot will come. So is that important in singles as well? Can you go there, please? If you can feed me. If you hit the ball there and my right foot moves first, I'll take that. Feed there. If my left foot moves first, I'll take that. Okay, so it's very important in singles to have that coordination, eye-foot, and in doubles also, because you need to close the net, you need to cover a lot of space. So watch here, and I would like, every time he has it, you do that. If he doesn't do it, silence. So I want to see if you can observe well when we ask you to observe something. Zoe, you think he doesn't have it? Zoe, he was missing every time? Huh? Come on, Zoe, come on. You're tough. I think he was doing it. Okay, stop. So that gives eye-foot coordination. And also, after every shot, he had to backpedal like this. The backpedaling is very underestimated. Because when a player cut the angle to volley like this, what should or he should do? Backpedal quickly into their position. And all these type of fluid motion, forward, backward, on that you have it. So after he has warm up his volleys, where I don't stress the footwork, just good feeling, he warm up his feet, and then he warm up his hand. And you'll see what I mean by warm up his hand. Do like the real thing. Sorry. You're afraid of your brother since when?
Never.
Okay. Can it hard, please? Hit harder, Ken, please. Do your usual stuff. Let's go tag him. You can hit harder than that, Ken. That's good. So what is he warming up now? His hand. So I don't care if you do a left, right here. He needs good hands. Now, why does he need good hands? The singles players don't do that drill, but the doubles players do. Because when you poach in doubles, as you know, we don't poach across like this. We poach like this, and we're close to the net. If you're not confident close to the net, you won't poach, because everybody knows in doubles you have to poach. Why so few people poach? Because they're not comfortable close to the net. That was quite good. All right. So could you look to tag him on these 2 feet? Really hit the ball solid. You can hit harder than that, Kent. That's good. So this is good hands. Now, do they develop that on the first session? Were you as confident in the first session? No, so they do that every day. And it confirms a bit what I say. Every day they do defensive skills. every day. And they do offensive skills every day. And they do neutral skill every day. So their range of skills is developed and maintained through the season from year to year, and then the chance to break the 100 or 50 in singles or doubles, in my opinions, are maximized. I didn't see the drills of Nick and Martin, but I can anticipate there were offensive drills in that type of rally threshold drills or defensive drills. It's very important to develop and maintain these. Yes. Now, one skill very important also in the warm-up, it's when you have a coach a bit young, like you in front, Monsieur Chris Little, go there. You look young. You were black like me, so you could look like me for a while. The coach get involved, and the player do 1 against 2. So this is how they do the 1 against 2 in doubles. And then singles, you know that already. Volley to each of them, but do the drill like you do normally. Okay, now do it in singles. Oh, a long time you've played singles, eh? Do it in singles. Not a volley, singles. Stop. He's really a double specialist because right now he messed up completely the singles volley 1 against 2. Stan, what did you think he messed up? Exactly. So he was staying in the middle all the time. What should you do? Move, okay? In doubles, you saw him move, right? So when he was volleying cross-court, let's say like go over there. I'll shadow a little bit. Do it. Volley again. You will understand more why he was doing that. Okay, so that's doing this, right? To practice his movement, his court coverage. But in singles, it's same thing. Okay, go. Keep the ball in play, please, okay, guys. Perfect. Okay, stop. So, in my opinion, when you set up drills that require a lot of footwork, you don't have too much problem with intensity. So remember that drill where he has to do that. Now remember the drill where he has to move. In doubles, move like this. You don't have problem with intensity. The warm-up in itself requires application, excellence, eye foot coordination, eye-hand coordination, and you get a good climate. Now you need also an outcome, and normally they will not start before they get 25 balls in a row. Just a basic number. Why not 50? Why not 10? 25, just, there's no magic in that. You could say 20 or 30. But they need to get used to have an outcome, relate to consistency. Ken, how long did it take you to get 25 during the warm-up? No, now you have it well. But take him like 6 months to get the feel. I don't know if you know Jamie Murray. They say, oh, it's so natural, you don't teach that, you don't learn this. For 6 months, Jamie Murray was afraid to play closer than that to the net. After 6 months, he was able to be here and do all these type of volley that you know him doing, very creative. But the commentators say you don't learn these things. Little news for you guys, we can learn these things. We can learn to play close to the net, we can learn anything that you're clear about learning. Okay, now it was that short. Well done, Chris. A good end for Chris Little here. Very good. We're going to use you to do your drills like when you're alone. Can you feed the ball? One very important technical skills, which is related to offense and defense, is to learn how to take the pace and how to give the pace. So don't watch me. Go back, please. You're going to feed like ground strokes. And you can play the second shot after. If the ball comes very fast, because I don't want to see, so we'll see if he does it. you'll do your doubles drill at the same time, it's fine. Feed the ball quite fast. What I expect, that's good, do it again, same thing. What I expect is, did you see how much I moved that? Okay, now here. So take pace, give pace, take pace, give pace. Can you play? Feed the ball even harder to him than you did to me, which I appreciate. Play the volley cross court, but approach volley. Come in, yeah. Play the point out cross court. Be ready to save people if the. That's good. Play the point out, Ken. 1-0 for your brother. Well done, 1-1. To not confuse people, just very hard or very slow. Two, one for you. Great jammer. Also, most of the players, doubles players, are trained, which he did without thinking, to hit the ball where? Right here. It's just so tough, so you saw him doing this. A guy like Max Bernier, which maybe the name doesn't, if I don't say the Bryans, most of people know no one. They are trained pace, maybe you know him. Yes, so anyway, the top, they're trained and they do it and they say it and don't hide from it, and the opponent knows it. And they know that he knows that he knows. They still hit the ball there. It's such a tough shot to deal with. But deal with that better next time. Okay, good. Very nice. Can you smack it even harder? First feet. Was that hard? Ah, come on, come on. Hey, here, I'll make you hit. You hit harder when you don't feed. Hit it. Come. That's better. Last one. Okay. Very good. It could have been a bit faster, but I think you got the idea. How much was he moving? Now I will send him a low ball, but slower. Did he move more this time? Okay? Just play the point, that's all. I mean, play the situation. Sorry, missed the feet. Well done, though. Did he move a lot? Hello, did he move a lot? I think he freeze, nothing moved. He just center the ball, just use the pace. I think he did very well. Sorry, that was too easy. Yeah. So watch the last time, because we'll move. If it's really tough, how much did he move his racket? He take the pace of it, which is very, very important. Now, Ken, if you can go on the other side. We'll do a little bit of similarity with Ken on the ground strokes. Be ready also there. Ready? So this is not very good because he tried to make a forehand and he was in trouble. So when you're in trouble, and we'll see with the volley, it's when do you hit with your hands, when do you hit with your forearm, when do you hit with your arm, when do you hit with your body, and I'll just do a little bit of ground strokes and come back to the volleys. Sometimes we volley with the hand, sometimes we volley with the forearm, sometimes we volley with the arm, and we have to be good at all these skills, otherwise you'll play someone or you'll be in a situation where you don't have those skills. Now, if I look at him and he showed me what he just showed me there, and it's the first time I see him, I say that guy has no hands. He's not really good. You have good hands? Huh? Sorry? You have very good hands, but then show it. Sorry. Gonna make you miss. Ah, finally, good. But did he use more of his hands on these ones? So he didn't try to make a forehand. He tried to be skillful. And when the timing is tough, like when Neil was at the net, what is the logic? Hand and racket, as close as contact as possible. So instead of saying, do your technique more compact, do less of a backswing, personally, I prefer to teach different feeling. Like on a return of serve, I would not say just make your forehand more compact. A return of serve is not a forehand, it's a return of serve. A volley is not a forehand before the ball bounces, it's a volley. So in return of serve, they wait and then hit. But if you watch Andy, the ball comes fast, he waits, and he hits. So it's not to make like your swing more compact, it's just like you do something different. Here, you don't do a forehand more compact, you just use different skills. Now the ball could be, remove these balls, please. Sometimes the balls will be a bit shorter, and you can use your form so you can look less in defense. I will make them a bit shorter. Use your form. Use your form. Sorry. You pushed it this time with the shoulder. So if it's low like this, it's going to go in the net, so use your form to shape it. Shape it with your form. That's better. Now judge if you use your hand or your form, depending on the depth. That's a good choice. Good choice. Good choice. Accelerate a bit more at contact. Like that. That's nice. So if you can choose quickly, do I use my hand or do I use my forearm, then this quality of shot will be better. And he's going to play first round against, which seed are they, 6? 7? So if Matkowski of Zemo volley very deep to you, like this, use your hand. If it's a bit shorter, use your forehand like this and make the first upset of Wimbledon, okay? Now, his brother, to change a little bit, that's true for singles. No, back up. Okay. For singles or doubles. Yeah, will you have someone to soon, Merlin? One of the very important skill for juniors, professional, almost everyone, is to have arm speed or body speed. So when the ball is quite low, he needs good arm speed. When the ball is higher, you need more body speed to the ball heavy. So watch here, body speed, and here, arm speed. Arm speed. Come on, you better than that. Arm speed, even faster the form. Let's go. And when it's high, body speed, okay? Now let's see, they both hit their, please be sure you succeed your cross court. Oh, let's go down the line instead, just in case. Try to see if you see a difference in technique. One more. Is there a difference in technique? What did you see? Stance. Okay, stance is one. So Ken is more semi-open than his brother. Also, yeah, that's it. Very good. And who used more his hands? At one point, everybody would try to find people with great hands. So watch Ken, when he says you have a good view because he's a lefty. Watch his hand. Did you see that? Did you see the lagging? Do you see it or not? So watch again, because that's... You don't watch yourself. They watch, okay? Don't overdo it, Ken, you're good. That's it. Muscle relaxation as usual. Good, so you see his hand? Don't be Merlin, do I have, okay, thank you. you focus so much on that that you don't use your body anymore. So please stay relaxed and you just play, okay? Just play, I can. Good. Okay. Sorry. You know, that's always the best way if you play a friendly match and you say, gee, your serve is so good today, what are you doing? Or your forehand is amazing, have you worked on it lately? You know what will happen, right? It will just fall apart. But come on. Nail a cross court and people will clap if you do it. You have one chance. Cross court, yeah. One chance. Very good. Very good. So his brother have more body speed, but less hand speed. So you can watch him. So look how, you see how he do like a 180. It's a bit flatter. Don't look at yourself also, like that. So that's quite hard. He hits the ball pretty hard. I tell you, if you were in front here, you feel it. Okay? But he hits also flatter. He hits flatter than his brother, who hits more topspin. So that justified the spin, it justified the hands, because more you hit topspin, 50 miles an hour like this, 50 miles an hour like this, which ball will go faster? 50 miles an hour like this. So when you put topspin, you need even more racket speed to get the same speed. And people will use more the hand, a bit more semi-open stance, use their body slightly differently. But as long as they both hit the ball quite hard and steadily, then that's fine. Okay, so now Ken, you're gonna do the 3 shots and you 2 right after. Choose your hand, your forearm, or your body. No, don't be sorry. Just make it, just make it, just make it. Where was the contact, Ken? Sure? Where was the contact, Ken? No, it's funny, your awareness, you both missed because they were too much in front. And you think, no, they were too much in front. You let it get closer. Closer, 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 closer. And keep moving through it. Keep moving, like this. Why should you let the ball come to you if you can make an extra step there? Okay, so match, good shot, he pops it, it stays at midcourt. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Do it again. Make it look easy also. Don't make it look rushed. Come quick, quick, and like this. If you do it like that, they know you're the real deal. If you're like this, they know you're excited to play them and play Wimbledon. Okay, so look like a champ, play like one. Let's go. That's it. Better, again. Make it look like an approach shot, like that. So you see you kept moving through the hit as before you stop. So don't think it as a passing shot, think it like an approach shot. So keep moving through the shot, like this. Okay, and right after the shot, be ready for a volley in case. Deal with an approach shot more, that's better. Okay, so don't take it as a passing shot where you have to stay and look, just take it early and play with that. Okay, now come closer. Let's come back to the volley. Chris, could you feed me just a few balls from there? So there's 3 techniques you could do just with the hand on the volley. So the first one you'll teach your member will be probably, just feed the ball here, like to just block. You can feed faster. Just block, okay? When they know how to block, you make them block on the outside of the ball. Feed the same ball all the time. So then, same thing. Just go quicker in the interval. So you just block on the outside. Now you saw some of my balls went out, stuff like this. Because your technique is a technique, but you need a focus that goes with it also. So what should I focus when I volley? You speak French? So I'm sure I'm going to win that contest then. Come here. Tu vas essayer de prendre la balle qui est là. Reste là. Puis vise sur la ligne là. OK? Si tu touches, you missed. My turn. 1-0 for me. I told you I'm going to beat his French. Close. 2-0 for me. Come on. This light. Very close. 3-0 for me. So let's see if he gets the moral of that story. What is the moral of the story? Closer you are from your target, easier it is to get it. Understand that? Now, Ken and come on this side, just rifle the balls at them. What do you think these guys' targets are? I'll give you a tip. They have to control the trajectory of the ball. If they're good, so it's the net. So to draw a line, you need 2 dots. First dot, second dot. First dot, second dot. They always volley in function of the net. So you hit any type of balls, I doubt that you see a volley going higher than that, because all the last few years, they just volley on the target low over the net. Feed anything hard, but feed fast, you know, like. That's not very good. Excellent. That's very good, Neil. Good. That's good. Let it go, guys, if it goes out, okay? Okay, stop. It gets a bit boring, right? Get a bit boring because they're going to make 9 volleys out of 10. But why are they so good if the ball comes at different pace? Because this is the target. Feed me a ball, please, beforehand. So no, don't baby me so much, come on. And so, same thing for me. If my target is there, how stressed do you think I was to make the volley? It's just there. I can't miss. But if my target is, like we say to the kids, play deep. Oh, jeez. Okay, again. Because what do they try to do now? They try to play deep. So they push the volley or they try to guide it. Even they make the ball go up a little bit so it goes further. But the target is very far. Also, we tell them to step to the net, to step forward, right? If my target is you, even if I'm here, do you think I feel that much closer to you? If the target is the net, and I do 1 step forward, do you feel I'm much closer to my target? So it's so much easier once you give the net as a target to get them even step like this, close in, be on top of the net. Then in doubles, they can poach because where is the target? How can you miss a poach? You touch a ball and it's over right away. But if your target is there, you'll be surprised how many mistakes you will do. Just with that same simple focus on that. Okay, now second skill. The block, you know that. Now it's to do this one. So how do I get the power here? It's just with the hand. So the hand, you have to feed very well, right? Very good. So the racket head goes behind the hand, and then you squeeze with the lower 2 fingers, and like this. Now, if you squeeze with the top fingers, you're going to do that, and you don't want this, because you want at the end your racket to still face the net. So yeah. Okay, so if I poach, if I stretch, you could see that I could give decent power, but with what? Stan, Fletcher, come over here. The best way to feel, quick, no, with your sock, come on. Let's see if you work on your abs. Contract your abs. Turn a bit so people could see. People could feel it, that contract. Do you feel it? Yeah. You feel it? You feel it? Okay, that's good. Just want to be sure that people understand that Stan is a friend, by the way. Just this is quite amazing. So let's see if you can do that just with your hand. You can be closer normally. So I give him, so far I give him like 5 on 10. I find it's in the realm of very average. Okay?
Yeah.
Can you do better than that?
Of course.
You want to make you feel it too? You get it? So look here, come on the side there. Racket head behind your hand, and then you squeeze. Racket head behind your hand and squeeze. Feet well, please. Thank you. Never mind your arm and shoulder. I'm going to make you sit. No, stop. Still volley with the shoulder. Can I bring a chair, please? Can you bring me a chair, please? Okay, so Neil, you're going to be like this. And just, whoa, you better feed well, man. Good. A bit more on the right. Is okay? What's moving? Is there anything else in my hand that moves there? So, same thing. Come on. Otherwise, your big brother will show it to you. Still shoulder. Isolate your hand. So, isolate your hand. Bring your racket back like this and squeeze.
Yeah.
Okay? That's it. Yeah, that's better. Wow. That's it. Isolate your hand. Good. Okay, you can stand up. Now, as you go to the ball like this, do it like this, okay? Did you see me?
Yeah.
How come? You were behind me. Okay, let's go. You saw it? Okay, good. That's better. Wow. That's nice. Start to feel something different. Now you can even run and close to the net now. So if you see Maitkovsky doing this and you want to close, so you can be running and you can trust your hand, okay? That was a bit too low for me to jab though. Keep your hand in front. Keep your hand in like that, that's much better. Keep your hand in front. You start to feel it? That's good. Keep running through the shot. Like this, good. Now charge. The kamikaze skupski. Like this, bang, very good. Because if the ball, when it's slow in his backhand and on grass, if you see him going to topspin his backhand, what are the chances of a topspin lob?
Very little.
What are the chances that he roll it at the feet or angle?
Bit higher than the
Pretty high. So if you close in like this, will the ball be at your feet? No. And then if you have your hand, you can clean the net. So you'll have to be ready to not just make split like this, split like this, split like this, but sometimes split like this and close in to finish the point. But you can do that only if you have a good hand. Is that okay? So the Skupski, I didn't see them for 9 months, I think, since last US Open. So they have asked me to work a little bit, tidy up their game. And we started to work just a bit lately. But even this morning, right, it was also your hand, but on defense. So he was doing better when his brother was hitting. He was preparing and tried to block, and we just practiced to use their hand to block. And now he should also use his hand to do this. And of course, use your hand, feed me the ball, that one you know it also. Well, okay, thank you. Wow, sorry, anyway, you know what I will do now. I'll still do it. I cannot trust you. I have to move. So you use your hand to drop shot, to block, or to speed up. Now, your form is very important. On the backhand volley, the most common mistake is the elbow down. So we talked before, 50 miles an hour like this, 50 miles an hour like this. Which ball will go faster? That one. So elbow has to be here. And then the racket can go forward, and you can have much more power and penetration. In the past, Ken struggled with that volley. Let's see how it is now. Didn't see it for 9 months. I forehand. We're looking for pace, Ken. Okay, so this is quite average for power. What he would need is more supination on his backhand volley. You know what supination is? Yeah, he did it. Perfect. That's it. Yeah, you say maybe. That's it. So pronation is this. Supination is that. So those who have very powerful backhand volley, they start like you, but they don't keep on like this. After that, they just place it. They come and they supinate like this. The racket, not all the way. It's not a smash. Like this. Okay. Send me a ball here. I'll do it like in slow motion. Okay. So just try some. That was already nicer, cleaner hit. Good. You hear the sound is different. Is it faster? Did you feel a difference? The fun thing, this is why sometimes a high-performance coach may not be the best coach to hire at your club with beginners, because we get spoiled. We say, do that, and what do? They do it. Do that, they do it. Do that, they do it. Then you go for a beginner, do that. I told you to do that. What's the problem with you? Can't you see? Just do that. So, of course, we can be also good with beginners, but we get very, very spoiled with high performance. They just do pretty much right away what we ask. You really felt it, right? It's crisper, right? And you? On your forehand is good? Okay, so now we can go for more with them, but you get ready, ask some balls, and ask someone to go on the grass, and I'll join you after that. If we can give them a good hand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. To summarize that, because I want to give awareness on the framework, okay? What I would like you just to remember is that we can do technical skill, technical development without a game-based approach. And I'm a pioneer of the game-based approach. I was one of the leaders developing that, so I know it more than anybody. But now it seems like if you don't do a game situation, you cannot work on technique. And I think it's wrong. You can take a basket and still work on task. So instead of calling that game situation, I call that task. So here I feed the ball fast and slow. I can give them a task to hit targets. I don't have to make a story. This is when you can sometimes make basket drills and do technical skills. It's possible, it's allowed. Okay, so it doesn't have to be always in game situation. But there has to be a task, because it could not be just a movement. Now, if you develop skills, which technical skills there are? Hands, forearm, on volleys, on ground strokes, more arm, body, jumping backward, upward. There's a lot of skills involved, footwork skills. But overall, I think the main message I would like is try to think even with your club members, even because I did run inter-club lady leagues in my club for many years. This is where I learned a lot on doubles. We were doing always offensive drills, defensive drills, and neutral drills. Always. Because at any level you play, whoever you are sometime in offense, neutral, and defense. Okay, so now let's go for the framework. Next. Okay. Right first. Come back. Because you have to write what they will say. Okay, so, okay, go, yeah, but come, because I asked the question for. Okay, so what is tactical knowledge? And you see I wrote flip chart, but instead of writing on a flip chart where nobody sees, so what is the technical knowledge we need to develop players, or that players need when they go play in Israel or South America by themselves to compete well without any coach? What are the different tactical components that we have to cover with our players so they become autonomous? When they go, they know pretty much about any tactics, and whatever happens, they can handle it. Name something. Just say anything that relates to tactics. Huh? Okay, so let's say when to attack, rally, defend, okay, instead of 6 words. Okay, something else? Oh, you're just shy. Serving placement, okay, serve. Shot selection on the serve and return. So 5-game situation. Just put 5-game situations, yeah. Okay, anything else? Sorry? Okay, environment. Put the environment also. Huh? Opponents will be nice to consider, right? And opponents have game style, strength, weakness, specific consideration like lefty, 2 hands, tall stuff. Anything else? What about our own game style, our own strengths, our own weakness, and anticipation, for example? It would be pretty good if they can anticipate, right? So it's less stressful. You see the guy, okay, he's going to do that, cannot do this. What else? Sorry? Sorry? Maybe 4 doubles? Yeah, you're right. But just in general. So you know that it's space, time, stuff like this. So let's see the Prezi, how it could look like. So I will see if the LTA has your email. We're going to send you, and go right away on the other one. Can you make that big screen first? So you were right. We're going to see where the serve, return, and finish fits. But at the beginning, player, opponent, space, time, environment, and score is important. Now, the score, it's pretty hard for you to coach tactically score if you don't see your players compete. Some players are very poor in closing. Some are great in closing. Some are slow starters. Some are good starters. Some, after winning a first set, they have a slump at the beginning of second set. Some, they don't always play the same. Some, when they lead, play more reckless because they think they're winning. They go for a shot. Some play safer. Some, when they're behind, play better. Some tank. But you can know that only when you see. And if it's good, you praise or you never mind. But if they have a pattern, recurrent pattern with score that is ineffective, then you need to provide some tactics to deal with it. It could be just when you'll serve for the match, start with 2 jam serve, just at least to keep their mind occupied on something. But if they have no problem with closing, shut up. Just let them play. Okay, so these are, and go on, okay, you can go on that, just on the strength one. Strength. So even when working on the strength, I've seen many coaches working just on the shot itself. But to really work on the strength, you have to work on the setting up the strength. And sometimes they make their shot, but after doing the shot, which is their strength, what will they do after? Will they come to the net? Will they stay there? Or will they cheat to look for another forehand? So you have to learn the setup, the shot, and the shot after. Now, can you go to the opponent's strengths? Also, when we talk about the opponent, they should have like a recipe to play against any different game style. And when they deal, the opponent also don't have just weakness. Because sometimes we just say my strength, your weakness. The opponent have strengths. And what will you do? Will you avoid the opponent's strengths? Or let's even like at the end, can you attack opponent's strengths? So let's say, so far I've coached few doubles, let's say Verdasco, big forehand. But normally when people have a big forehand, they are labeled like this when they attack and when they rally, but not necessarily when they defend. So for example, we serve on his forehand and he missed a lot, but after that we volley where? Not on the forehand, on the backhand, because the backhand will come flatter, easier. So sometimes, because it's a strength, we don't want to touch it at all. But sometimes you can attack a strength. Or you can use it against them. So like when Johnny Murray played in the final of Wimbledon, Lindstedt made 3 years in a row the final. One of his best shots is off backhand inside out. He masters it, he breaks a lot with it. So I say right from the bat, serve on his backhand, and let's poach all the time. He will start to get crazy. Then do I and take his shot. And by the end of the first set, he was throwing his racket on the ground because his best shot was taking away. So, but a lot of coaches could have said, don't serve at the backhand. You know, so sometimes a strength, you can use it against them, or you can attack a strength, or of course you can avoid a strength. You know that Nadal played 90% of his shot on Federer's backhand. So you can have different strategy like this, okay? So we can close that. So now let's go to the basic one. When you have all that knowledge, it's a bit important that you develop that if you have juniors, because when a kid will go play in South America by himself or a future player, he has to know, oh, we're playing on clay, it's on altitude, oh, I'm playing a lefty, and stuff like this. And after how long should he know that? After just few minutes, he should know if the player in front of him is righty or lefty, stuff like this. And even grips, he should have a feel for that. After 2-3 games, he should know the game style of his opponent and know how to deal with that type of game style. After 5-6 games, he should know the strength of the opponent and his weakness and know how to deal with it. And he should have know how to deal with the wind, surface, and all this. So if we give that gift to our British players, how stressed will there be when they go into tournaments? If whatever happened, they can handle it. You understand? So the picture of tactical development is more than patterns. Now, you have to do game situations. And the game situation that you make more recurrent in your game style is what we call tactical patterns. What is a tactical pattern? It's just the game situation that you repeat more often. That's all. So they become your tactical patterns. You say, how does he play? This is his game style, and he likes to do that. He likes to volley wrong foot, or he likes to return line, or whatever it is. On big point, he kicks wide. So then they become your patterns. So when I scout, I try to identify the big things, their game style and all this, and their patterns. So they become more predictable and create less anxiety on the opponent. Like even the little cameo I did. If you see Matkowski doing that, what will he do? Can he do that? No, so let's be ready for that. So these are more patterns. It's not like a big thing. So we do that. And the reason I put the first column here, you see offense, neutral, defense. It's simply because I find a framework has to be useful. So if I say, could you evaluate his defense? Then you say yes. But then I say, can I do a finishing shot to evaluate his defense? You say, no, if I finish the shot, he cannot defend on it. Should I build on it? Then okay, but I say he's not in big defense right now, man. Oh, I'll trade. He's not in defense at all. So a framework has to be very useful. So if you say defense, then you could say, okay, I'm gonna attack him with power, I'll attack him with precision, I'll attack him with coming to the net, and I'll see how he defends against that. So we put a little correlation. So we're not scratching, finishing, and all this, but we're adding something that you all know. Who didn't know about offense, neutral, defense? Everybody knows that. So when you train defense, you have to attack with power shot, precision shot, and all this. So if all this is tactics, let's go to strategy. And clip the link on Andy. We'll finish on that. Just go on Andy. No, never mind. Just go on the link of Andy. Go on the PowerPoint. Just go down. Let's see, Joe. Okay, there. Come back here. Up. Andy Murray. I'll finish with that. If space, time, opponent, and all this are tactics, then what is strategy? Now, I've asked, can you blur? Okay, so they start to read. Never mind. You all start to read. It was in the Telegraph, the game plan of Andy Murray. What is be good to yourself? But if he's not good to himself, does he think he's going to win as much? No, so he put it there. Try your best. What is that? Still mental. Then be intense with your feet, with your legs. It's intensity. It could be physical because you say, I play as well as I move. Be proactive during points. It's a mindset. You could say it's tactical. Focus each point. What is focus? It's mental. Then he has a few more. Try to be the one dictating. Mindset, tactics. Try to keep, you can read. Keep going for your serve. Could be a mindset, but sometimes I say to players, keep going up on your serve because when they get tight, so it could be technical refocus. What is my point? Because my time is up. It was 10:40. I asked to over 75 coaches so far to define what is strategy in tennis. Not what is your strategy to lose weight, what is your strategy to make your marriage work, what is your strategy to have a better house, whatever. In tennis is what you need to win the match. Strategy is what you need to win the match. Yes, that's when I perform. What is strategy? Is what you need to win a match. And then the question is, which Andy did very well there, what do I need as a performer to win the match? So for a young kid, could be like be patient or be calm or whatever. Be sure you have your athletic look. And doubles, it always starts by high positive energy. When they talk to each other, they have to leave like this at the net. It's always the first things in the game plan, because if they don't perform, what are the chances of winning? Zero. Greg Ruzetsky, I was involved with Greg until he was 19. What was his strategy? Chief, dominate in his face, beat a boss, all this, fight like a dog, and the difference in the match will be the one who takes more. That's it. So it was a lot of attitude. Now, why is that important? When you do a debrief, what do you debrief on? You debrief on the game plan, right? And if you only debrief, you miss 24 ends. You should have served wide a bit more often. And your feedback is only on tactics and technique. Then, in 20 years, regardless of all the change we do at the LTA, we'll still maybe have players who don't compete their best. Because, you know, the players are criticized by not competing so well, but we have to be sure that when they step on the court, the coach asks for performance first, their attitude, their mindset, how they deal with errors, all this. And also, what is the tactics required for that match, taking in consideration the wind, the surface, the opponent, the lefty, your underdog, you're the dog, and whatever. So for me, when we talk strategy, it's more which tactics do we need, and it's not strategy is the key word. Because so far, I think what you have learned is strategy is over and in, strength, weakness, space, and time. I replace that, but these are tactical components. There are tactical things that you have to train and develop. So I have to train space, I have to train time, I have to train under tactical development. And when you come to strategy is, what do I choose from my tactical background for this specific match, taking into account the other consideration? So like I say, it was just for an awareness. In 10 minutes, I don't expect you to master that. But if you could remember that strategy is what do we need to win the match, and it takes more than tactics. It takes into consideration who you are, the performer, who you bring up there. And the real confidence should be in who you are, what you bring on the court, not on just on your tactics. It has to be on who you are out there. Tactic component, there are 6 pillars, and after that, you need to play points. You need to play points. And the tactics when playing points, can you go down? Oh, never mind. It's not down there. It's okay. It's high percentage tennis. You know when you play points? When you play points, there's high percentage tennis, or I'll stop on that. But the point is, I hope you get it, that strategy is something, tactical development is something, and when you do game situation, then it's playing serve, return with offense, neutral defense, or if you prefer, serve, return, ground strokes with finishing, building, trading, staying the point, and all this, which I call more the basic tactics. So the basic tactic is placing the game. This is what you teach to members. Serve, return, all this, one offense, neutral defense. That's the basics. Play percentage tennis, pressure to consistency, over and in. Keep teaching that. And if you have a bit more high performance players, think about the other components. And game style and playing has to be part of the vocabulary. It cannot be absent. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed a little bit on technique and tactics. Enjoy the conference.